even faster than I was expecting. That happens to me a lot. Anyway, hello everyone. Happy Tuesday. I apologize today that I am super stuffy and fighting a cold. I blame it on my littles. Who knows? Who knows where I got it from. But anyway, did anyone else get snow today? Because we did. Thankfully, I think it's already melted. But that was our third winter, and I officially declare that it's time for summer. Winter is over. No more snow. I'm ready for summer. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us. Today we have a very special guest, part of our Ann Sales team. We have Joan Singer on. So we're going to tell you all the wonderful things about Joan and hear some things from her. Next week, we have Danielle Wright from ICU on, ICU Eyewears. They are one of our brands, great line of glasses and for kids and adults and blue lens glasses and sunglasses and all those things. We've carried them for a while and love them as a company. So I look forward to that conversation next week. Join us again next week for that. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and bring Joan on. Let's get her up on this screen. Guys, I'm a mess today, I'm telling you. Hi, Joan. How are you?
Hi, Camille. I'm great. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for joining us. I have to take a pause and first sing happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joan. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you. Today is my special day. Thank you so much.
It is your special day. Well, I feel like every day should be your special day, but, today is an extra special day. It is Joan's birthday, so everybody watching this, please give shout-outs to Joan. She so deserves it, and, I'm sure that, we want to send her all of the love possible. Joan is a very intricate part of our team. She not only helps our several of our customers and retailers across our whole territory and helps, fill in and helps support the reps and pick up appointments at shows and all of those things when everyone else is overloaded. But you also take care of so many of the intricate parts of running our company and all of the paperwork and keeping track of the promotions from all of our brands and spreadsheets and just so many things you keep track of. So many times I feel like when the rest of us are like, we don't know what's going on or where to find something, everyone's like, call Joan. Just call Joan. Joan knows.
That's why I'm here. I really try to keep it all together.
You do a fantastic job, and we cannot thank you enough for that. So I want you to go ahead and tell us, in your own words, a little bit about yourself and your background.
Okay. Well, I've been in retail and wholesale, the gift business, for over probably 30 years. I started with, actually before that, I started with operations with my husband's company. I helped him build a police video training company many years ago. So from there, I did operations, accounts payable, receivable, purchasing, order processing. So learning all aspects of the business, which I think gave me a great foundation for the future. I mean, I feel like I know so much about that end of the business, which is so good to know. You need to know where it goes, how it gets there, and who's paying what.
Yes.
From there, I decided to open, I wanted my creative side to come out a little bit more, so I opened One of a Kind, and this was a gift shop and silk flower shop in the northern suburbs of Chicago. I opened 2 stores within 2 years, which was a little crazy, but it was a lot of fun. Great customers, great employees, very creative work. From there, I went to manage a reptile zoo in the northern suburbs. I got there because of the silk flowers, so I came in to decorate and then decided to stay. It was an interesting business, again, building it from the ground up, which I love to do. So we started a program with children would come in for school programs. They would do a half-hour tour through our zoo and then a half-hour hands-on time with the alligators, snakes, lizards, tortoises. So that was just a fun, place to be at that time in my life. From there, I went to a garden center and worked in another suburb of Chicago worked with purchasing, displays. Again, the creative side of me got to blend with the business side of me, which is really what I'm about. And from there, I came to Ann Sales. And here I get to use all of my background from my prior businesses and jobs and to help me with my daily work at Ann Sales, which I love. I love diversity. That's kind of like my thing. I like
Yeah,
everything.
we met you through that garden center, I
Right.
believe, and begged you to come on board.
Yeah. It was great. It was great. I
So I
enjoyed
have
it.
to ask regarding these reptile creatures, did you hold them and like you were comfortable holding them and
Not at first. At first, I told the owner, I'll come and help you build the business because we had mostly high school and college kids. He said, I need someone here to help me grow it. You know the business end. You're good with people. I said, okay, but I'm not touching those animals. Well, don't you know, a couple months into it, they said, oh, Joan, could you hold this snake for me? It'll be a 10-foot snake. So I was a little uncomfortable, like Britney Spears, you know. I was a little uncomfortable, but I got used to it. And then after that, I was bringing animals home because we would do shows at night at Key Lime Cove or Six Flags. I'd bring them home at night. Alligator, 4-foot alligator, 10-foot snake.
no, you brought a snake. Oh, sorry, that like blurted out of my mouth.
Sleep at home, you know, nice and warm in the house. So yeah, so I got very used to them. It was funny. I never thought I would. I was not a reptile person, but I got used to it.
Oh my goodness, I give you a lot of credit, especially for bringing a snake in your house. I don't think I would have been able to sleep.
Our
But
dogs are a little freaked out sometimes, but we worked it all out.
see,
Nobody
you
got
guys,
injured.
Joan is a brave, brave soul. And she barrels through whatever's thrown at you. It's pretty amazing. So you do work with a lot of customers, as really across our whole territory from well now Kentucky all the way through the Dakotas,
Right.
and you help work with customers. Like I said, when we have sometimes we're in between reps or sometimes we need additional help because everyone is just so busy and of course we want to make sure that we service our customers in a
Right.
timely manner and whatnot, and obviously you can't be on the road driving from Kentucky to North Dakota in a flash because you're often asked to call or reach out to a customer very short notice. So you
Mhm.
do most of your work with customers via email and phone and at shows.
Right.
Um, and when you're working with those customers, what do you feel is are important to them when you're talking with them?
Well, I try to establish a good rapport. Good communication is so important. You know, after a phone call, I make sure I follow up with an email. I like them to have my name, my phone number, my email in their hands because sometimes they're busy on the floor, they're not writing things down, and things can get lost. So I make sure I follow up with an email immediately after the phone call. And I do get a response back saying, oh, thanks, I have your number now handy. I'll be able to call you next time. So I try to follow up by phone call and by email as much as possible. You know, we do our marketing tools. We send our
Yeah.
s'mores out, constantly. So we try to include everybody that we've gotten an email from on this list so that we can stay in touch with them and they won't forget us.
That's right. That's right. I forgot to ask you such one of my favorite questions actually. When you are, out and about, and I know this has been hard for the last what were we saying 14 months or so since the beginning of this whole crazy pandemic, but you are one that enjoys shopping. You enjoy the experience of shopping and all of those things. What is something, when you're out and about and, spending a day shopping, what are some things that draw you in to stores? What's your favorite, some of your favorite things about shopping and about the experience?
Definitely window displays because, as I said, from my own business, we love to attract people walking by. You know, we were near restaurants, so they would stop in to shop. So
Yeah.
definitely a good window display that gets changed fairly often. So new merchandise freshens up the window a bit. I love my small local retailers that I can go and just communicate with and just even if we just pop in, say hello,
Hmm.
see what's new in their displays or in their product, just to communicate with them and just to show them that I'm here and that I'm around.
Yeah, I love window displays too. I love seeing creative window displays, and like you said, that are changing. You know, you definitely experience the stores that you walk by, you know, throughout the year and nothing really changes. So I agree.
It will not draw you in. It will not.
Yeah, I appreciate the people that put in that effort. Um, so so you, I mean, obviously to us, you are an incredibly valuable asset. But what are some value that you feel that you bring to retailers when you work with them?
I think compassion for sure. I mean, I've been through what they're going through. You know, it's not easy. You know, this past 14 months have been very difficult. So sometimes just lending an ear, lending a shoulder, being there for them, you know, helping them, hearing them, listening to them. You know, I think an experience, you know, that plays a big part, I think, in the role.
Yeah, I agree. And and when you are working with them, one of the things we talked about was that you are always so on top of, you pretty much keep together all of our promos for all of the vendors. But one of the things that you always make sure to do when you're talking or email, you know, working with the customers, you always make sure that they have have their orders connected with the most recent or best
Right.
promos.
Right. Yeah,
Um,
those are
and
some
you
good
mentioned
tools.
that a lot of your customers are still asking for catalogs,
Yes,
correct?
definitely, definitely. So when I do follow up with an email, I always put catalog links in there, and if they decide they'd like a hard copy, which most people will, we'll send them a hard copy also. So it's important to have that along with the promos. You know, I always include, I'll clip out the little section of what we're talking about, whether it be one of our vendors, I'll clip out the special for that, or attach all of our specials, which is important. I mean, we have so many great lines to choose from and many, many promos. So it's important that they're kept aware of it.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with how often the promos change, or you know, we have an average of 30 lines or so, so the promos can be very different, and it's so important to make sure that the retailers get, you know, the best value
Hmm.
for, you know, their orders and whatnot. So
Definitely.
so yeah, that's very important to do. What do you think in these times are things that retailers can do to attract new business?
Well, for sure, everyone's going live. So Facebook Lives. I mean, we have little retailers that have never done it before, and they've been doing it for the past year, and they're succeeding. It's wonderful to see. You know, I love to jump on when I get a notice that somebody's live. You know, I just love to see what they're promoting, how they're doing it. Nobody's really comfortable. Who's real
No.
comfortable immediately on air? I mean, especially me. I'm more of a I'm a quieter person. So the personalities that come out, I mean, it's just amazing to see, you know, and it's wonderful that they are reaching out a little bit further. I mean, we all have to in this day and age.
Yeah, it's been so fun to watch all sides of retailers come out and show their personalities and whatnot. It's been really fun to see. Um, what's your favorite thing about your job?
Oh, I think it's diversity. I mean, I like that I'm not doing one thing all day long. I like that I can jump, and I don't mind jumping around different projects, different reps, you know, different customers. I think that's fun to me. I mean, and I have a goal, I have a to-do list that's as long as my desk, and I just check them off, and you know, I just love that I can mostly keep up with everything. Not always, but I try hard. I want everyone to have what they need, you know, which is so important at a big company, small company. It's just important to keep it all together, and I try.
I
I
know
try hard.
sometimes I'm like, oh, we're just, you know, adding on to Joan's to-do list. I'm sure it's a mile long. And then the other day you and I were sending emails back and forth. And at one point you said, I'm almost catching up, or I'm trying to catch up. And I was like, I know, me too. You know, because sometimes we do feel like we're just scrambling to catch up
Right.
when things suddenly decide to move.
And I try to deal with things immediately because otherwise I get bogged down, and I don't like to feel that I'm under so much pressure from all different directions. So if I can handle it and get it off my list immediately, or get that email out and
Yeah.
respond immediately, that to me is so important because I'm ready for the next set of questions and projects and all. So
Yeah.
that's important.
Yeah. Um, do you have any suggestions that you would give to new retail business?
I do. I would say do your research, reach out a little bit more. So if there's something you're thinking of trying, I would say go for it. If you know that you can do it, financially, physically, mentally, I would say try it. Get out of your comfort zone. I think I was telling you about when I had my gift shop, we were invited to bid on the Palmer House for Christmas, which is a big downtown hotel in Chicago. And we were bidding against large Chicago corporations that were, bidding on the design work of an 18-foot Christmas tree, all the decorations in all the restaurants, in the atrium. And we had to do it in 1 week. We had to do it Thanksgiving evening because we had to finish, or the day before Thanksgiving, we had to finish for Thanksgiving. And then as far as the tree, and then everything else could be done in the next week. So you know what? I thought, I want to do this. I want this. I don't say no. So our team got together. We decided who was doing what and how we would do it, made our presentation, and we got the job. We were shocked, absolutely shocked, that we were competing against large corporations, design firms. And we got the job. We did a wonderful, amazing job within 1 week, and everything was done to their specifications. So that was something I'd say, reach out a little bit more. If you think it's too big for you, you know what, think about it, talk to your team, and see if you can do it. Try it.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when you first started working with us, you had not been on this side of the business before, on the wholesale side of the business, and we definitely threw you into some big projects very quickly, and you just were like, okay, let's do this, let's just figure it out, and I agree with you that is such an important. Such a great skill to have, to just say, let's figure it out. Let's look at what we have and barrel through. And I love that Palmer House story. That is so cool. I can't imagine the hours that went into that week. I'm sure there was a lot of hours that 1 week.
Right.
But I would be the same way as you. I would love that challenge. That would be such a cool challenge to have.
Especially you with Christmas, right?
I know. You guys, I'm a Christmas fanatic. I am obsessed. Joan, I think you need to come over to my house this Christmas, and we need to.
I'm sure. I'll be there.
We need to work on some things.
October 31st.
That's right. Yeah, November 1st. We had to get through October.
It's true.
November 1st. All right, Joan. Well, we are going to go ahead and put you into our final 3 questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. First one is, what's your favorite book, podcast, or blog?
Well, I have many. They're called cookbooks.
I was waiting for this part of the conversation.
Cookbooks, as you know. I can sit and read a cookbook like you would read a novel. So that to me is fun. In my brain, it's going, okay, I can make this, and this sounds delicious, and this is different. So I love cookbooks. Second of all, I love Dean Koontz. He writes kind of paranormal stories with a beautiful Labrador Retriever companion of his. And you go through, and it's kind of like weird things, and all of a sudden the ending comes out, and it's a good ending, and the dog is fine, and he's fine. So I love his books. There's also Eric Larson, who writes who wrote The Devil in the White City about Chicago at the turn of the century and the World's Fair, and just amazing stories. I mean, some of it is true and some woven in there, some fiction, but it's very, very entertaining, very interesting about the city too.
Yeah, that's a great book to read. I never thought of the idea of reading a cookbook like a novel. So you'll read a cookbook while you're not actually cooking something?
Yep, I'll sit and if Lloyd's watching TV, I'll just sit and read my cookbook, and I'll go, I like this one. I mark the pages that I want, and then I'll try it. So it's just, I don't know. I've always, I love cooking. My daughter and I went to Italy, and we had the best time, and the food was delicious. And I don't know, there's something about food. I mean, it's a happy thing. It brings your family together, and
you're Italian, of course. Of course, food is everything. I think that your favorite cookbook should be your own. Joan created a cookbook, you guys, and it's awesome.
Cookbook.
Yes, it's awesome. I read through almost every page when I was not cooking too, and I was like, oh my goodness, all of this, I'm now starving. It was so good. So, and I love family cookbooks too, because then you get the stories and, you know, all of that. We have a family cookbook too, and I love it. Okay, what is the most important thing in your toolbox?
Well, I say two. I would say experience for something that's non-tangible. Again, I've been there. I've been with going through what the retailers are going through, and I can understand and I can empathize with them. Second of all, I would say my to-do list. To be honest, something that is concrete.
Yeah.
Out my little notebook and my to-do. I even have like Mr. Green Jean yellow notepads all over my desk. Just to remind me of something very important, and then I can toss it when I'm done. So yeah, I think those tools I need to live with.
Yeah. You're a write it down kind of person, right?
I am. I love my notebook. I love writing, even though sometimes it's fast and furious. I'm still writing it down. I like to look at it later. I'll look at my notes from our vendor meetings, and I'll have something there that I wouldn't have heard if I was in the car. I wouldn't have written down if I was in the car. So I'm glad I have that tool.
Yeah. All right. Our last question. What do you think, or I should say, how do you think that retail will continue to evolve throughout 2021? We're already in.
I know we're into it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're already past first quarter here. So we're well into it. But I think everyone's pretty excited for summer. I am. So how do you see it continuing to
Well,
go?
I see more of the shopping local, shopping small. I definitely see that, and I feel it, and I hear it everywhere you look on Facebook. We're promoting each other. So I see that continuing, whether it be online, because I'm still not going to every store yet, but I'm online, and then I'm also in person on the stores that that I can get to. So yeah, I still think shopping small is going to be very, very big, especially this year, the rest of the year, and future. I think we've shown where our loyalties lie, and we should continue.
Yeah, I agree. I love all the shopping small and seeing new businesses pop up. We're seeing new businesses pop up,
Definitely.
and so go out there and support the businesses that have stuck through it in your small towns, as well as those new businesses. Because remember that the new businesses that pop up that fill the open spaces are very important. You don't want the vacant retail spaces in your towns. So make sure to support them as well, and say thank you, because it takes a lot of guts to jump in and open a new business, or even expanding a previous business with a second location as you did. I can't believe you did that within 2 years.
And a baby. And a baby.
And a baby. Oh my gosh.
Other than that,
No way. No way. Well, Joan, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your birthday. You should have a whole birthday week. And guys, remember, if you're watching, make sure to leave a special note for Joan, wishing her a happy birthday. And with that, Joan, I can't wait to see you. It's been forever since I've seen you, which is so crazy and weird. So I look forward to seeing you. And just thank you so much for all that you do.
Thanks, Camille. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone, so much for watching. I hope you guys are having a great day. Have a great rest of your week. Tell all the snow to go away, and that I'm ready for 80 degrees. I'm to that point. I'm at 80 degrees. Come back next week to watch ICU Eyewears with Danielle Wright. And until then, if you have any questions or comments or topics you want us to talk about, let us know. Thanks so much. Have a great day.